Hey, Bubba, I love you. I'm thinking about you. One thing I haven't covered on much, I think, is I have this idea of like this baseball diamond, which helps me recover from any one particular thing, man. And it's the first base is physical recovery, second base is mental recovery, third base is emotional recovery, and home plate is spiritual recovery. Um, so my physical recovery, I'm sorry, there's a little bit of distractions going on around me. My physical recovery is something where I physically remove myself or something from my being. Um, laziness, alcohol, drugs, those are obvious, but then, there's, um, you know, foods, things like that. So they always run in layers within me, whatever the subject. So physically, I have to pull those away from my being. And second base is where I round into from there. Because if I stop there and I don't keep running, just like in baseball, life hits grounders and it will consistently run after the next round. So I will get tagged out automatically and I'll relapse on whatever that is that I've pulled myself from if I do not continue down the path that's set before me. So my mental recovery is second base, and that's how I think about my physical recovery from it all, how I think positively about whatever I'm accomplishing. And if I fail to stay sober-minded and in recovery in my thinking life, my physical life is in great jeopardy of being lost at that point yet again. So if I protect my mental recovery or sobriety, from my physical recovery has a layer of protection in front of it. And it's rounding from, again, I have to keep running. I can't just rely on one single layer because life is just too fast. It's fired at us at point blank range. It's boom, it blows up fast, no reaction time. So I continue on from there to third base, which is emotional recovery. And that's where I can find myself sober-minded emotionally, where I have stability within my range of emotions. Like, I'm not getting extremely angry. I'm not too sad or depressed. I'm just more reasonable, more understanding about life scenarios, the way things are. That can fluctuate from time to time. But again, if I continue to stay sober emotionally, my mental thought process tends to be safer in that zone. So then I'm two layers deep for my physical recovery being affected or at risk of relapse into those behaviors or situations. And then the final piece is my spiritual recovery, which is home plate. And that home plate spirituality is what is also going to protect my emotional sobriety, because in spirituality, I find my purpose-driven life. I have a reason for going through the painful moments that are coming, leaving me to be understanding with the emotions that may be hurtful or too exciting. And so as long as I can stay sober spiritually, I'm protected emotionally, mentally, and physically. It's a pretty consistent system, that it always works for me when I run those bases and I consistently stay on top of those things. I have to focus on my actions, doing things that build each base up inside myself. So I wanted to get you to hear that. I wanted to get that out for you, and I want to talk more about it as you get older and life scenarios present where they're a struggle, and it's like, okay, this is where it could apply. It's going to be exciting. But I love you. I can't wait to see you again, and I will see you soon. I love you. I'm always thinking about you. Bye-bye.